My discursive feature article explores the textual conversation about the imprisonment of Prospero and Felix, the imprisonment of minority groups, and touches on the imprisonment of women between Shakespeare's The Tempest and Atwood's Hag-Seed. Through various research and analysis of the two texts, it has deepened my understanding and shaped my perspective significantly since the start of the term. Through my evaluation, I now view Prospero and Felix as engines for exploration. They are used by their authors to explore thematic concerns and are reflections of the values and contextual influences of their time. Atwood successfully uses Hag-Seed as a medium through which she can comment on and collide or align with the central theme of imprisonment in Shakespeare's The Tempest. I believe that despite criticism about Atwood's lack of creativity, she successfully embodies the same ideas and values of imprisonment that Shakespeare's The Tempest is about 400 years later. Through the understanding of Shakespeare's context in the Jacobean era, it provoked the thought that the island is actually a metaphor for London, and a figure of Prospero is a representation of Shakespeare himself. Through this contextual understanding has led me to shift my perspective that Shakespeare was bidding farewell to the theatre and asking for forgiveness and love from his audience, yet still allows me to question the strange directness of it. Atwood follows a rather linear narrative, with the most main characters being able to be paralleled with those from The Tempest. Both texts lead up to a similar climax, however I feel Atwood fails to fill in the gaps about The Tempest as the climax was rushed. My comparative article balances the two texts in a response that deals with each text carefully, moving in and out of both, to demonstrate how dependent each text is on one another for meaning. The layout, colour and imagery choices also assist in providing meaning towards the textual conversation. I purposely chose the name of my newspaper to be the I-Times, as I liken the idea of the eye of a storm to the tempest, which means a violent windy storm. I further showed this connection by using a background of a ship at sea. The decision to use the word eye was also influenced by the cover of Atwood's book, which features a red eye, one in which I used as an image, but put a spin on by placing symbolic prison bars in front of it. The thorn and rose image represents imprisonment, while also alluding to Gonzalo's description of the island. The rose represents freedom, while the encompassing thorns represent imprisonment. The interactive side-by-side comparison of Shakespeare and Atwood, and further down Prospero and Felix, demonstrate the relevance of The Tempest and how it can be appropriated to suit a modern audience. The final image of Shakespeare sitting in a cube conveys the idea that his play was more than two-dimensional and was rather three-dimensional, and required further exploration into his contextual values at the time, which is symbolised by the light bulb above his head. To further deepen my understanding of the textual conversation between the two texts, I would read more of Shakespeare and Atwood's work that provided more information on the values of imprisonment. Overall, I believe that texts that engage in transformation or appropriation aim to imitate or question the ideas and beliefs presented to them by another composer. In doing so, they take part in the forever long textual conversation as stated by John Berger in Never Again Will a Single Story Be Told as It Is the Only One.